All right, good morning, y'all. This morning I'm going to do a video I've been wanting to do for a while. Just didn't really know how to go about it. But we're going to call this one How to Catch a Catfish. Now, I looked up other videos on YouTube with that title. I only found a couple, but the one I found that got the most views, well, um, the guy used a really, really expensive catfishing tackle. He used bait that anyone who's never catfished before probably don't even know what that is or how to get it. And then he didn't even catch a catfish. And the video got over 1 million views. So y'all better watch the heck out of this. But anyway, we're going to get started with the light stuff. Something that I would think someone getting started in catfishing would try. Stuff not extremely expensive. Bait that's easy to get. Yeah, just easy stuff to help you get started, to see if you like it, to see if you want to spend a little more money to get into the more advanced equipment and stuff like that. But anyway, this rod here, someone sent this to me a while back. I've not used it yet, but we're going to use it today. It's an Ugly Stick GX2. This reel, I'm going to guess, I don't see a size on it, is probably about a 2500, 3000, maybe a 3000 size reel, but this will do just fine. 7-foot rod, medium action. They sell combos like this at Walmart, and not just Ugly Stick. There's other combos, I believe, but that's all you need. They're not super expensive, and as far as catching eaters, man, this will fill your freezer all day long. But we're going to, let's talk about line for a minute. You can use braid or mono. I've not got as much experience with braid, but either one will work for the fish we're going to be. I would assume someone getting started would be targeting probably nothing over 15 or 20 pounds, and this will handle those. But anyway, line, this is 15-pound test monofilament. It'll work just fine, especially as long as you got your drag set. It'll handle a 15, 20, maybe even 25-pound fish. But real simple rig, probably the simplest and maybe even the most popular catfish rig, the Carolina rig. It's just a barrel swivel. You use a little bit heavier leader. For me, I use it for abrasion. You know, you catch a gar or just the catfish's tooth patch rubbing on it over time can make it a little weaker. And this, I believe, is 30-pound test is what I tied on there. 30-pound leader. 3/4 of an ounce egg sinker on here. And this is a 4/0 circle hook. Now, setting the hook on circle hooks and J hooks are different. We'll try to talk about that here a little bit in a minute. But like I said, light stuff. You don't need to start out with nothing big. Once you get into it and you get started and you enjoy it, and then you want to advance to bigger stuff and maybe look for bigger fish, then put a little more money into it. But I'm not the kind of guy that's going to throw a ton of money into something to just see if I like it. That's just not me. But all right, we're going to get some bait cut up and get some bait in the water. And then we'll talk a little bit more about what types of bait you can use and how you can get it. Stuff that I think would be easy for a beginner to get their hands on. But all right, let's get some bait in the water. All right, now here's the bait we're dealing with today. I've got some shad, but these are big shad. We can cut these down, but you don't need shad this big if you're just getting started. But let's go ahead and cut this up because this headpiece is really too big for a 4/0 hook in my opinion. But I've got 8/0 hooks on my other rods, and we'll probably use that stuff on those. But I'm just going to cut this belly pocket off right there like that, and then I'm just going to chunk this up. And to me, this isn't too big. That'll be about right. That's gonna do good right there. Make several baits out of that. And the belly pocket makes a bait too. I don't have as much luck on it because it seems like once the guts, if the guts fly out, once the guts are gone, it doesn't seem like they really show much interest in it anymore. But anyway, that's just one way to cut up bait. I'm cutting it like that because they're big, and I've got a small hook on that rig. But let me show you how I hook this on. We'll step over here to this other camera and I'll talk a little more about other baits. Now you just barely want to hook it under the skin there. You don't want to fill that hook gap up too much, and you want to make sure you get that scale off of there. Okay, there you go. That's it right there. But okay. All right. Shad is a really good bait. It's my favorite bait. There's other baits: skipjack, shad, moon eye. A lot of stuff a beginner catfisherman's probably not even going to know about or know where to get. But I know around here you can buy frozen shad. Frozen shad gets kind of soft. It can be hard to keep on a hook, but it will work. It'll catch fish. If you fish, say you panfish, you fish for bluegill and things like that, those are great bait. Carp, if you can catch carp's really good bait. But if you're a new fisherman and this is the first fishing you're getting into, night crawlers are great. If I can't find fish like shad or brim or bluegill, things like that, I go with night crawlers. Chicken, most any part of the chicken's good bait. Breast, thighs, gizzards, livers are a little harder to keep on a hook. I don't use it a lot. Hot dogs catch catfish. I've caught catfish on hot dogs, but again, they're hard to keep on a hook. But anyway, there's probably something good for a beginner to use that I'm missing. So any of you watching want to throw it down in the comments, go ahead, help somebody out there. But all right, we're going to talk about the difference between the J hook and the circle hook. There's not a lot. We'll go over here and get this in the rod holder, talk about rod holders and hook setting differences between the J and the circle. So let's go over here. All right, this is the takedown rod holder. Really good stuff. I'll put a link and a promo code in the description for you. But a good rod holder can really make a big difference. You don't have to sit there right on top of your rods. If you walk off, they're not going to get pulled in. Plus, when using a circle hook, you don't come up and set the hook. You don't yank. You have your rod in the rod holder. You let the fish is going to hit the rod. You let the fish get a pull on the rod. He's usually going to hook himself. But you come up. Let me untangle that. You come up, you just reel down, apply more pressure, then you can pick it up out of the rod holder, maintaining pressure, and just bring in your fish. Now a J hook, on the other hand, you need to set the hook. You let the fish load up the rod, get a good pull on it, good bow on it, pull it out, and then set your hook. I like circle hooks because I get bored and I get to walking around, and sometimes I sit in my truck when it's really cold. And with the good rod holder and a good rod and a good sharp hook, circle hook, the fish is going to hook itself most of the time. But all right, I think I've covered everything on just the basics. Now, like I said about the bait, if any of you watching have any more pointers, just throw it down in the comments. But all right, we're going to get all this bait in the water and see if we can catch fish. All right, we're getting bait in the water. I was over here just the other day with my grandson, John, and we caught several fish, but I'm going to put this one right out here in front of that little wooden dock. I think we caught 2 or 3 right out there. There we go. All right. Now, you gotta make sure you check that drag. You want it to have some give. Okay, we're just gonna set this in the rod holder. We're fishing about 15 to 20 feet deep. I think the channel out there ranges from 20 to 25, but it drops off pretty deep right here. And something I like to look for when bank fishing is birds. I don't know how good this GoPro can see them, but there's not a whole lot of them flying around right now, but there's a whole bunch sitting on the water in different locations out here. So that tells me there's bait fish here, which there was the other day, and we caught a lot of fish, me and John did. Now, it ain't always going to work out like that, but that's a good thing to look for is birds, because they're going to be feeding and on the shad that's out here. And then normally there's going to be some fish out here feeding as well. But all right, I'm going to get the rest of these baits in. I already got a couple in, and hopefully we'll catch a few to take home and clean. Oh shoot, they both got hit at the same time. Just reel down. We got him. That one comes back. Maybe he'll give us time to get this one in. He might have hooked himself. It might be a small one. He might be on there. Oh, now that rod right over there. Ooh, they're gonna get us busy, ain't they? Well, let's worry about this one first. Gonna be bringing home supper. There we go. Yeah. Now, if you're a new fisherman, you're going to wonder about these rod length, because a lot of people that don't know any better, they think they're smarty pantses, like to comment about my long rods and these fish. I don't really fish for giant fish. I fish for food, and they think the rod length has something to do with the size of fish you want to catch, but it doesn't. It's for casting distance. And I fish a big reservoir with a lot of flats, a lot of shallow flats. And sometimes you need to reach out there. But that's the only thing the rod length is for. In which, with casting distance, you're going to want a bigger reel that holds more line. But that's it. All right, here's this guy, first fish. Good eater, that's what I like. And also, here in just a second, I'm going to show you how to tie up that Carolina rig. I've got other rigs in my how-to playlist that you can check out as well. But let's get this guy on the stringer, and then we'll get to that in a minute if another fish don't hit. I think that fish that hit, I keep seeing that rod go down and pop back up. See it? Yeah, I think that fish that hit when this one hit, because I had two hit at the same time. I think he's on there, y'all. We're going to get this out there first. Let's get this out there, and then we'll check on it. There we go. All right. Yep, I bet he's on there. We'll set that one down. I'll just pick it up and see what I feel. Yeah, he's on there. We got him. That's crazy to me how they'll just kind of lay there. They don't really fight hard. They just say, oh, okay, I'm hooked. Guess I'll chill out here for a little while. Yeah, circle hook and a good rod holder. This will happen a lot. And he doesn't feel, you know, he feels about like that last one. You know, not, you would think he would be out there having a fit trying to get off that hook. But no. He's got him something to eat, I guess. So he's just happy. He's just happy to be there. I haven't put that other one on the stringer yet. Yeah, he rolled around and tangled himself up a little bit. Get up here, you little squeaker. Put my rod in my rod holder there. All right. All right, fish number 2. I haven't got the first one on the stringer yet, but all right, he's going on there with him whenever I get him on there. All right, here we go. Now your egg sinker, you don't have to use an egg sinker. You can use any sinker you want, but if you need to clip it on, just use this kind of swivel with the clip on it, and you can just clip your weight on, and that'll tie to the main line and you're ready to go. But these slip-on sinkers, we got a bite right there. Did y'all see that? They just go right on your line. You can put a bead on here between your weight and the knot if you want, but one this light, I don't really think it matters. But anyway, that's how your weight goes on. Now something that's really important with a circle hook, it's going to help your hook set a lot, is to use some sort of snail knot. Now this is the easiest one I know to tie. It's the one I use. But you run your line through the eye, the front. You got to go through the front. That's important. Pull enough out here so you got something to hang on to. Now you want to wrap that about 7 or 8 times, like so. I don't know how many times I went. Then get your tag in. You got to put your hook on first. Get your tag in, or you can't do this snail. Run it through the back, and then just pull it tight, and then there you go. Sometimes these will kind of pop loose a little bit. I've never had them slip or come untied, but if you don't like that, get somebody to drop of super glue right there for you and pull it tight and hold it for a little bit, and it'll stick. But anyway, that's really important. You can cut your tag end off. I don't think catfish really care. I don't think it bothers them. But there we go, just like that. Now this leader, you can make your leader a whole foot, 1.5 feet, whatever you like. But all right, now tying the swivel on. There's a lot of popular knots out there. I recommend a trilene or a Palomar. I've used trilene for years. I got a lot of confidence in it. It's never given me a reason not to. And there are videos out there that compare the two knots, and they hang in there together, you know. They're very comparable. But all right, you run your line through this once, then you go through it one more time, and you see how you've made a little loop right there. Hope I kept all that in frame. I'm watching my rods while I'm doing this. But here, let's do that one more time, just in case I didn't. Run it through your eye there of the swivel, then run it through one more time, the same direction, so you make that loop. And now you just want to wrap it. The lighter the line, the more times you want to wrap. 30-pound test, you know, we'll probably wrap it about 4 or 5 times. Oh, 4 will be plenty, I think. Now you can wet this with your mouth. It'll slide down, it'll cinch down better. And then just pull it down, and there you have it. That's it. Real easy. And you can pre-tie these and keep them in something like I got here. That's what I do. And then if you break off, you just got to tie this on. But yeah, you just tie this onto your main line. You can put a peg float on here to pick this up, turn it into a Santee Cooper rig, keep it up off the bottom like that. But there's lots of variations to just about every catfish rig. But anyway, that's simple, and it works. But all right, let's see if we can catch you some more fish. Got him. We got you, sucker. I still haven't put those other two on the stringer yet. I can't find my chain stringer. I got a really short rope stringer. They get twisted up on them rope stringers so bad that a lot of times I end up just cutting it up. And I had a really long one and it's getting really short now, so I'm probably just gonna throw those in my bucket. I don't plan on taking home, but oh, maybe 5 fish is all I really want to clean today. I gotta pick the kids up from school. I had to take them to school this morning, so I'm a little later than normal, but Mom had a little procedure yesterday, so she's not 100%, so I took the kids to school and I'll go get them. Let her have a little break. But all right, look at this feller. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, the rod I was showing this morning, unfortunately we've not caught nothing on it yet. All the fish might be out in here. That's how it happens a lot of times. You'll catch most of your fish over in one area, but that little rod I was showing you this morning, those are rods like that'll handle fish like this all day, and they'll catch you a lot of food, a lot of supper. But I wanted to go get my bucket and get these guys in the bucket. Yeah, buddy. We got you, we got you. Getting a lot of bites. There's a lot of small fish. A lot of fish like I'm catching, and I imagine a lot of smaller ones with the bites that I'm getting. But the last couple times I've been out here, I've had a couple bigger baits on, just hoping a bigger one. Looky there, that little rod, hoping a bigger one might be hanging around. But nothing over about 3 or 4 pounds really, which I'm all right with that. But you know, every once in a while, a good teener in the mix or something like that's nice. But you can definitely come out here and load up the freezer with these guys. I was out here 2 days ago, I think it was. 3 days ago. And a lot of times this time of year in the fall, when there's bait in the area and the fish settle in, they'll be in a spot for a little while. See that yellow rod right there? It acts like something's fooling with it or on it. And this bait I'm using is from that trip 3 days ago. It's just leftovers I had. I had some big shad left and put them in a gallon freezer bag and stuck them in the refrigerator. Apparently on or near something I shouldn't have, and my wife got mad at me, but either way, I got good bait today. But here's this guy. Let's dump him in the bucket. Boop. All right. All right, 4 fish. That's pretty good. We ain't been here maybe an hour. Little guy over here hasn't got a bite yet, but nothing over here has. This blue rod, I think something nibbled on it. It's had nibbles. They've all had nibbles. But, so I don't know if we'll catch fish on that guy or not, but that don't just means there ain't no fish over in this area or as many. But yeah, 4 fish in probably less than an hour. But I'm pretty sure there's one on this yellow rod right here that's hooked itself. One hit it pretty good a while ago. And I can't preach it enough. A good rod holder, take down rod holders. I'll I think I already said I'll leave this link to their website and a promo code in the description. And a good sharp circle hook. They mess around with it a little bit and they're going to get hooked. But let's see if that's what happened here. Yep. Sure enough. Come on in here. Man, it seems like it's taking me forever to reel this guy in. Man, it's so nice today. It's going to hit near 60. It is early December. Very slight breeze. I don't know if this GoPro can pick it up that far, but there's a ton of birds down there in one little area. There's a bunch flying around, a bunch on the water. Yep. But anyway, here's our fish. Yeah, he's been on there long enough to get himself tangled up. Let's get him off of here. Come on, Joe. Get off of there. All right, here he is. Keeper number 5. In the bucket. He decided to let go. I was checking that other rod because it got really slack. And then I heard this one. It was just making that sound that a really, yeah, I think he's on there, that a really long old fishing rod makes when it bends down. Yeah, we got him. Yeah, I hadn't got my other rod from the last fish in yet. I was checking on that guy because he was acting a little suspicious. Come on in here, tiny. We might throw this one back. I have 5 in my bucket. That's really all I wanted to mess with. But if I catch one that's, you know, if I catch another 3 or 4 pounder, kind of hard to throw those back. But I can throw this guy back, I think. I mean, he's big enough to fillet. No, I'm gonna throw. Oh God, I don't know, y'all. I poked his eye out. I gotta eat him. Okay, he's going in the bucket too. He'd probably be fine, but. Yeah, there we go. Getting that catfish. Shoot, yeah. And he's still there. Yep. I'm over sitting and cooked daydreaming. It kind of slowed down. Yeah, buddy. We'll take one more. That wind's picked up. It's getting after it. I think there was a little chance of rain today, but it was very slight. It's really nice out here. Upper 50s right now. He's just catching catfish. Get up here. Quit acting like you're big. You ain't big. You're tangled is what you are. All right. All right, well, here's this guy. I've sat here 20 minutes with no action, and as I'm taking the hook out of this one, that yellow rod gets hooked or gets hit. Line's super slack. There might be one on it, but here's this one. I'm gonna go throw him in my bucket. This is 6 or 7 in my bucket. I wasn't gonna keep that many. I can't help it, but all right, I'm gonna go throw this guy in the bucket and check on this other one. All right, let's check on this guy. I see my line jumping around. I'm pretty sure he did hook himself. Yeah, he's on there. Sure enough. Man, so many birds out there. I don't know if y'all can see all that. There's a bunch of them. Well, we didn't catch anything on our little rod here today that I was kind of using to demonstrate the whole, I guess, purpose of the video, how to catch catfish. But I mean, I didn't catch anything on that yellow one down there on the end either. Sometimes you just don't catch them on every rod, but I hope it helps somebody. I'm gonna throw this little guy back. He ain't big enough. Yeah, he is, but we're keeping a little bit bigger average today, I think. Yeah, let's throw him back. All right. Alrighty, there he goes. Alright, y'all, well, I'm about to head out. I've got, I believe, 6 keepers in my bucket there, and threw one back. I've got 2 rods reeled in already, but the small rod I put out to I was kind of using as a demonstration, as a good rod for a beginner. Well, we didn't catch any fish on it today, but that just happens sometimes. I didn't catch any fish on this blue rod right here either. So, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. You don't always catch fish on every rod, but I hope some of the instructions and pointers and things that I showed there in the beginning help somebody get started. And like I think I said earlier, any of you veteran fishermen want to add anything, just drop it in the comments, help somebody out. But all right, I'm gonna go home and clean fish and then go pick the kids up. Hope y'all enjoy the video. If so, hit that thumbs up button for me. Y'all want to see more, hit subscribe. Thank y'all.